There is a moment in every great story of creation. It is not always loud. It is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is as quiet as the hum of a single computer in a small room. For Jeffery Jacobs, that moment arrived in an office that was barely an office at all. It had one desk. The desk was old, its surface scarred with the ghosts of past projects. But on that desk sat a modern laptop, and behind that laptop sat a man with a singular, unwavering goal. This was not a scene of desperation. It was a scene of intense focus. It was the quiet beginning of a revolution, a one-desk revolution that would ripple outwards in ways no one could have predicted. The world often mistakes the start of success for a grand unveiling. Before Jeffery Jacobs could build his own enterprise, he had to understand how others built theirs. He chose his first job not for the title or the salary, but for the vantage point it offered. He joined a small, bustling company. It was the perfect laboratory. He was an observer, a student of human dynamics in a professional setting. He watched how leaders conducted meetings, how they spoke to their teams, how they handled pressure when a big deal was on the line. He saw the gap between what people said and what they did. He saw the small gestures of encouragement that could inspire a team and the careless words that could crush morale. He was not a passive observer. He became known for his questions. His curiosity was relentless but never annoying.
He asked why. Why was the sales process structured this way? Why did we choose this software over that one? Why did that client negotiation succeed?
Years of working inside other companies had given Jeffery an invaluable perspective. He had seen the gears of commerce from the inside. He started to notice patterns. He saw the same frustrations appearing again and again. He saw needs that were consistently unmet. While others saw these issues as mere annoyances, Jeffery began to see them as opportunities. A specific market caught his attention. It was a niche group of customers who were being chronically underserved. They had a persistent, nagging problem. Existing solutions were too expensive. Existing solutions were too complicated. Existing solutions were simply ineffective. This was the spark. The idea wasn't a flash of genius. It was years of observation. He didn't rush to build a grand product. He did the opposite, the simplest possible solution. His initial plan wasn't a 50-page document filled with jargon and projections. It was a single page. It outlined the problem. It outlined the proposed solution. It outlined who it was for. It was a hypothesis, nothing more. So he tested it quickly and cheaply. Once Jeffery had a tested idea and a handful of happy, paying clients, the temptation was to grow fast. Rent a bigger office, hire a large sales team, launch a massive marketing campaign. This is the path many startups take. It is often a path to ruin. Jeffery chose a different way. He chose to scale with sense. He followed a methodical, step-by-step plan, prioritizing stability over speed. His first rule: start small and do one thing exceptionally well. Before adding features or services, he made sure his core product was flawless. His first clients were not just satisfied, they were delighted. His second principle: grow the team with extreme care. Not by resumes alone. He hired people who showed genuine passion for solving customers' problems. He looked for attitude and aptitude over experience. In the early days, he hired one person at a time, fully integrating each new hire and aligning them with the mission before the next. That slow, deliberate team building created a cohesive, committed culture where everyone felt ownership. Instead of doing everything himself, Jeffery embraced partnerships. He identified non-competing firms serving the same customers. He built relationships with them. This became a force multiplier, far more sustainable than buying clicks. Jeffery Jacobs treated money not as a tool for vanity, but as a tool for survival and opportunity. His financial discipline was not a phase. It was a core operating principle of his business from day one. He was relentlessly frugal. This did not mean he was cheap. It meant he was intentional. He questioned every expense. Does this help us serve the client better? Does this help us grow faster? If the answer was no, he didn't spend the money. He avoided premature scaling. No expensive furniture, no extravagant marketing, no empty perks. He maintained a significant cash buffer at all times. This was his sleep at night fund. He knew that business was cyclical. There would be slow months, unexpected expenses. A healthy savings account provided a cushion that gave him freedom. It meant he could make decisions from a position of strength, not desperation. Financial literacy was non-negotiable for Jeffrey. He taught himself to read the 3 essential financial statements: the profit and loss statement, the balance sheet, the cash flow statement. He didn't need to be a certified accountant, but he needed to understand the financial health of his own business. He conducted a rigorous review every single month. He tracked every dollar in and out. This ritual let him spot trends, cut wasteful spending, and double down on what was working. When using debt, he was strategic, avoiding predatory loans like the plague. With predictable income, he considered term loans for specific efficiency-boosting investments. He sought expert advice. Jeffrey's success with his first company gave him capital and confidence. But instead of resting or investing passively in the stock market, he envisioned an interconnected system of businesses. He didn't become a random conglomerator. He became an architect, each business supporting and strengthening the others. His portfolio was a logical extension of his first success. He founded a service firm, helping small companies master sales processes and customer service, productizing the skills that made his business thrive. It generated a new revenue stream and a pipeline of partners and clients, a self-reinforcing loop. He established an in-house tech team, building simple, efficient software tools, not for public sale, built for internal use. They automated repetitive tasks, improved communication, and created a proprietary technological edge, building instead of buying off-the-shelf software. Tools tailored to his workflows saved money and boosted efficiency. The tech team became a shared resource, a central nervous system for the entire ecosystem. He rounded out the portfolio with a training center. He also created a small investment arm. Each business had clear purpose. They shared resources, staff, and ethos, creating a diversified, resilient, efficient empire. The story of Jeffery Jacobs is not a fairy tale of overnight success. It is a roadmap. It is a testament to the profound power of steady, intelligent work. His journey from a single desk to a multifaceted ecosystem reveals timeless principles. He began with intense, focused work, treating his jobs as a paid education. He did not rush to start a business. He waited until he found a real problem he was uniquely equipped to solve. This patience and preparation were the bedrock. Growth was intentional, not accidental. He tested before betting the farm. He watched every dollar with vigilance. Financial discipline made the enterprise endure. He built teams slowly, hiring for attitude, a shared sense of purpose. He constructed an ecosystem of smaller, interconnected businesses, spreading risk, multiplying opportunity. The lessons are simple, actionable truths, habits anyone can adopt, wealth as logical, manageable steps. You don't need a billion-dollar idea. You need discipline. You need patience. You need relentless focus on solving real problems.